Yes, we are good.
You're good?
Yes.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode. I am going to be taking you on a fantastic library tour, but not my manga library because I've already done that in the last house. I'm going to start this series with my manga and video game library, which is not actually in this room because I couldn't stash it in this room. It's in my TV room. Come check this out. This is where all that shit's at. First off, bold and beautiful, we got 3 awesome posters. These are my 3 most favorite Nintendo style games. Nintendo was my first system. I played the NES back in the day. So I've always liked Nintendo first. We got Zelda, specifically Wind Waker, which is my favorite Zelda title. Splatoon for the Wii U, and now for the Nintendo Switch, come July 21st. And then Smash Brothers, specifically Smash 4 again for the Wii U. Totally dig the hell out of Smash Brothers. This is my amiibo case. Everything Smash Brothers amiibo, all the Smash Brothers amiibos that have been made, I've collected, and it's been hell. I wouldn't recommend it, but it is what it is, and I got Splatoon down there at the bottom. This is a Tetris lamp that I don't have plugged in because it's finicky, so it's just a Tetris sculpture. And then this is a giant row of root beer, all of them non-alcoholic, but all of them slightly different. I love root beer. And so those are there to like kind of show my favorite, like my favorite soft drink, I would say. Even more than Mountain Dew is root beer. So this is the case where all the anime's at. Over on this side, we start everything off where anime started with me, which is Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball and GT and stuff like that. I started watching Dragon Ball, I was like 7, I think. So we've got the collector's editions of all the Dragon Ball movies, which were all basically terrible, but you know, whatever. And then seasons 1 through 5 of Dragon Ball Z, seasons 1 through 9, and then GT 1 and 2. And the cool thing about, I think it's season 6? Check this out. I think, oh no, it's not 6, maybe it's 7. Yeah. Because 7 is the season where we get Team Gohan for the first time, right? And Team Gohan, actually the voice actor was at a convention that I was at a couple years back, and I actually got the dude's autograph as Team Gohan. And also, the same voice from Team Gohan is the voice of Kamina. Dude got his autograph on that as well, which is pretty sweet. That's all the autograph voice actor crap that I have, but it's pretty cool, and I'm glad it's Kamina and Team Gohan, if anything. Along with the Gurren Lagann collection that I already showed you guys, I've got the 2 movies in Japanese that comprise the series completely, I guess. It's kind of like a synopsis of the regular story. This is Childhood's Edge, and this is The Lights in the Sky or Stars. They're both good, but I would absolutely recommend the series to anyone who hasn't already seen it, because I think it's good for everybody. So there's that. Going down here, we go down to Dragon Ball Z Kai. Now, Dragon Ball Z Kai is more of like an abridged, regular version of Dragon Ball. The episodes are more concise and they follow the manga closer than the series itself, the original series does. If you are just starting Dragon Ball, I would go with Kai first because there's less of it and it's more to the point. But when I rewatch them, I rewatch the series because that's what I grew up on, that's what I love. And then all the movies down here, from Dead Zone to Wrath of the Dragon, in the steel bookcases, which are really nice and kind of like holographic-y a little bit. So there's that. Now the Dragon Ball's out of the way, we go into another one of my absolute favorites, which is Samurai Champloo. These I watched on Adult Swim as they were being released. I bought the DVDs as they were released. Music by the late great Nujabes, by Shingo 2 does the opening. You get Force of Nature, a lot of awesome hip-hop artists in Samurai Champloo, and then By the same studio, we've got Cowboy Bebop, and this is a classic anime staple that I would recommend to everybody. And then the movie, Cowboy Bebop, the movie there. Also, up here, and this is the thing, is I don't really collect DVDs or Blu-ray anymore because everything's on Crunchyroll or Netflix or Hulu and stuff like that. So I've kind of stopped with my DVD collection. That being said, I still have specifics that I love more than anything, right? So this is Code Geass, and this is a great freaking series. Character design by Clamp. But it's very psychological and like creepy, and I would say it's like Gundam mech fighting, but with Death Note psychological creepiness to it all. Spice and Wolf right there, and I got this at the anime, not anime. What the hell is it called? Right Stuff sale that was last year during Christmas, and then Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. I got the whole thing, and then the OVA collection there. And then Mushi Shi, the complete series again. Mushi Shi is also super good, and I definitely praise Mushi Shi for a lot. We'll put that back in here. All of this is Studio Ghibli type stuff. We got Graves of the Fireflies in order, Nausicaa, Totoro, Kiki's, all the way to Arrietty, which is right there. I haven't even seen the last like 3 or 4 films that Ghibli's put out, and I'm kind of terrible, but it's the truth. Lucky Star, the complete collection, and then the OVAs, which is better than the entire series combined. So there's that, and then by the same studio we have the Haruhi Suzumiya. This is seasons 1 and seasons 2, and then the Dissappearance, which is the movie. And I think if you guys didn't pick these up the first time around, you can get them in an awesome collector's set. Which I would definitely do now. I was worried because Bandai was going out of print, just like Tokyo Pop was around the same time, and I would like grabbed up everything I could right then, right? Gunslinger Girl, that's the full, both seasons and the OVAs. Devil's a Part-Timer, given to me by Andy Reeds, and she's an awesome, also manga YouTuber. This is Fairy Tail Season 1 and 2. Which is good. I like the manga a hell of a lot more than I like the anime, but I thought I'd check it out when I was getting into it. And then Soul Eaters 1 through 4, also good, but again, I like the manga a lot more than the anime. And then Afro Samurai, this is, I mean, anime or manga, Afro Samurai, you can't beat Afro. He is a badass. Very good hip-hop anime right there. And then another badass samurai, we have Himura Batosai. This is Kenshin, Samurai X, all the movies there in that badass box set. And then I've got the first season DVDs, and it jumps into the new Kyoto arc, and then all of the live action DVDs as well for Kenshin, which are great, super good adaptations of the original story. Going down, we have Aria, and you guys know how much I dig Aria. I've got the first 2 seasons, I think there's 4. And Right Stuff actually published these, which is great, and I appreciate it. If someone would just pick up the manga now, right? Paradise Kiss, the box set, that's the full thing of that one. And then the first season of Nana, also done by Aizawa, right there. Eureka 7, also printed by Bandai, so they're not in production anymore. At least I don't think they are. Let me know. But so there's both of those, seasons 1 and 2, and then Dot Hack Twilight, Legend of Twilight. All 3 of those discs there, also not in production because the world doesn't appreciate Dot Hack as much as they should. Trilogy, again, Dot Hack, and then Dot Hack Quantum, which is a great film, although it has really nothing to do with the original canon. All my favorite stuff doesn't have anything to do with the actual canon, but that's just that. And then Air Gear. I like the manga more than the anime. This is the full thing, and the anime or the manga goes into super detail, but the anime is also good. That's there. Bamboo Blade, again the full season. Pretty good, pretty funny, and it's not too long. I think there's 26 episodes, so not too bad. Eden of the East, which is a super good series. In fact, I watched the whole thing, all of this, when it was on Netflix, I think, like a couple of years back. I watched every episode in a day. It was so good. Bakuman Season 1 by the makers of Death Note, and then Kids on the Slope. I believe this is by the creators of Cowboy Bebop and Samurai Champloo, another musical-inspired anime. This is Juosei. It's all beaten to hell because I got it used. But this is a super good anime, super good manga. I like the manga better. I like the manga better than most things, but anime is also pretty good. Advent Children, this is the complete collector whatever edition, and then it opens up, and I kept the box because of all the art cards and whatever, but this is actually the Final Fantasy Advent Children Complete Edition, which has like X amount of extra footage and stuff like that. If you're gonna watch the movie, watch the complete one. It makes more sense, and the movie's fairly confusing as it is. This is sort of The Stranger. This is probably my favorite animated movie of all time. Yep, I'm gonna say that's it. Sort of Stranger is great. Best fighting sequences of any anime I've ever seen in my life, and it's good, super good. Place Promised in our early days. We got 5 centimeters per second. We've got Summer Wars. Summer Wars also super good. Akira, which I think I have mixed feelings about. In fact, I know I have mixed feelings about because it's great, but it's also over the top and weird. I'm waiting for the manga to come out, that new collector's edition this year. I will read that and maybe I'll understand it a bit better because of course it was a manga first. Ninja Scroll right here, not too bad a movie, but it is a little bit weird and over the top today. And then we've got the Boondocks seasons 1, 2, and 3, and then the season that I prefer not to include with the other ones because I think it's garbage. We'll call that one season 4. So there's those. I've got Evangelion, the remix or the revisit of Evangelion, whatever those are. 1 and 2, and the third one's out. I just haven't gotten it for some reason. But these are super good, especially if you haven't seen the original yet, or if you are crunched for time and you don't have 26 episodes worth of time. I would check these out for sure. And then these are Star Wars: The Clone Wars, the animated ones. These are not the CGI episodes. These are done by the studio that did Samurai Jack, and they're great, you guys. This is probably my favorite thing that Star Wars has ever been related to. And the Thundercats right here, again, it's not really anime, but it's still super good. These are not the original Thundercats, which are also good. These are the remade ones. Super cool. And then, let's see, also not considered technically anime, but we've got Korra and then Avatar, all 3 seasons of those. And I haven't finished Korra. It's not as interesting as the originals to me. One day I'll finish them though, I have faith. So there's that, all the anime. I think that's it. So follow me over here though, because aside from all the anime, I've got this giant case over here which is all games, right? I'll give you a little sneak peek, but not too much, because we're going to check that out later. The second episode here on the Andrew Sunoku YouTube channel. Thank you again for hanging out with me and spending some time. If you have any questions or anything like that, make sure you leave them in the comment section below. I'll get back to you. If you have any recommendations for other good anime that I haven't seen or bought yet, make sure you leave those recommendations as well. And as always, I thank you for hanging out, and I will catch you later.